Hi everyone, and welcome for your flow into yin to help ease back pain. So this is a video that I've had requested an awful lot, and I know that it's something that we can all kind of go through periods of struggling with. So hopefully this is going to be a really good class to kind of like ease and relieve any pains, aches in the body. We're going to get started lying down. So you might also want to grab hold of any props or blocks that you might need, so pillows, cushions, anything that you've generally got, and just coming down onto the back and releasing the body down, just taking the palms onto the belly, so just one hand on the belly, the other on top, and just starting here initially to notice the breath. So what you might find is that just taking those legs out long might be initially a tad uncomfortable for the back, so you might just want to take those feet, take them a little bit wider than hip distance apart, and then drop the knees together, so just coming into more of a resting position and just noticing as we start practice how the body's feeling, in particular maybe how the back is feeling. So maybe you even take some movement just through the hips. You might even start, so if you take the knees apart, you might just drop both of the knees over to the right and then both of the knees over to the left. And that can even be in time with the breath as well. So you might inhale, draw the legs up, exhale, take the knees down. So just some gentle movement to get started. And then just take a second through this movement to also notice the quality of the breath. So what is the breath like today? You might notice the rise and fall of the belly, of the diaphragm. If you're taking that movement, just pausing, taking those knees back together. And then just starting with the releasing breaths, taking a nice big breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Maybe one more inhaling. Exhaling. And then wherever the legs are now, just taking them out long. And we're going to inhale, just draw those arms up and over the head. Exhale, release them down. And then just picking up the toes, just taking both feet over towards the right. And then picking up the head and just moving both of the hands over towards the right and then settling back down. So allowing the shoulders to rest. And we're just coming into Banana Asana, so it's this beautiful side stretch. You're going to notice this long line of energy through the left leg. So we'll start with the left toes, moving through the left foot, up through the leg into the hip, and then up into the side body, the torso, and through the arm. So we've got that long line of energy, nice big opening. So just taking another breath here, inhaling and exhaling. And then ever so gently picking the feet back up, taking them back to center, and then picking the head back up, moving the arms back to center, releasing down, and then moving over to the other side. So just taking both feet over to the left, picking up the head, moving the upper body, the arms over to the left as well, and then releasing back down. This time noticing that long line of energy moving through the right side of the body, so from the toes into the foot, up through the leg, into the side body, the torso, and then into the arm. Just feeling that opening, taking a big breath in here. Exhale, releasing, and then slowly moving legs back in. From here, starting to just move those knees in towards the chest, and then taking those hands onto the knees. So your lower back is probably starting to ease into the mat, into the floor a little more here. So just being aware of the back and slowly starting to move through the knees. You're going to use the hands to push the knees away and then allow the knees to open out to the sides and then draw them back in and back together. So this can be a really nice massage for the lower back as well. But just being really careful, taking it slowly. It's just moving. It's almost like we're drawing circles with the knees. So just taking a few. And then when you get back to center with the knees together, just going the opposite direction. So starting by taking those knees out to the sides, forwards, and then drawing back together and in. So just taking a few. Again, just staying with that breath. When those knees come back together, just taking hands behind the knees on to the inside of the thighs and seeing if we can find a little bit of momentum here. So taking a few rocks forwards and backwards. So just noticing the back connecting with the mats. Might be that this is super uncomfortable and you just use the hands to slowly come up to seated. So it's your choice, whichever way you go. Once you come up, just swinging those legs round again, taking hands down onto the mat, coming into an all fours position. So knees hip distance apart, hands shoulder distance apart. So, and we're going to start to move through some cat-cow. So as we inhale, just dropping the belly down and lifting that chest forwards, taking the gaze drishti forwards as well. As we exhale, rounding through that back, so almost creating a doming shape and allowing the head to hang heavy. So just starting to take some movement through the spine. So just continuing here. And remembering this is your practice, so you can take this as slow or as fast as you want. There's absolutely no rush here. And you also don't have to go to your full extension. So with that cat-cow, we're often striving to really drop that belly down as much as possible to really lift through that chest as we exhale to really round. If there's pain or injury, or the back is feeling a little bit tender, just taking this as easily as you want to. So just easing in. So just staying with that breath. You might move a little bit more intuitively. So it might be that you start to come round in circles, going both ways if you do take the circles. Just staying with that breath. And then when we're ready, just tucking under the toes, lifting off through the knees, drawing the heels down and the hips back, coming into our first downward facing dog. So starting off with a pedal through the feet here. First downward dog, taking some movement. Just pedaling out, taking it nice and easy. Staying with that breath. And then seeing if you can find that stillness. So we've got that lengthening through the spine here. Spine is long. Nice pause. And then slowly walking feet in towards the hands, taking small baby steps, seeing how small you can make the steps. Knees will start to bend immediately here. Allow them to bend. Nice big bend through the knees. Taking hands into opposite elbows. Allow the head to hang heavy. Just taking a second in our Uttanasana and our forward fold. You might find a rock or sway from side to side. And then ever so gently releasing those hands, starting to roll up through that spine. Rolling those shoulders back as you arrive. Inhaling, exhale. Feel shoulder blades moving down through the back. And we inhale, draw those arms up towards the sky. Exhale, come back into that forward fold, still keeping the knees soft. Inhale, just straightening through the legs, taking the back nice and long here, so Ardha Uttanasana. Taking the gaze forwards here, so we've got a nice straight back, long back here. Taking an extra breath, so inhale here. Exhale, soften through the knees, forward fold. Inhale, come up, Ardha Uttanasana again. Taking that gaze forwards. Exhale this time, placing the hands down, stepping or jumping the feet back. So we're coming into a high plank, just dropping the knees, untucking the toes, lowering the belly down to the mats. And as we inhale, just coming into a baby cobra. Exhale, tuck under those toes, roll it back, downward facing dog. So just checking in on that alignment. Checking where the hands are, index finger pointing forwards can really help. Take that pedaling out through the feet again. This time we're going to inhale, sweep that right leg up towards the sky. As we exhale, placing it down in between the hands. The back foot is going to side at an angle. So we're going to ground down, and we inhale, draw those arms up. So we're coming into a warrior one. Taking a nice big breath in here. As we exhale, opening out, right arm forwards, left arm back, coming into our warrior two. So that back foot is going to become more parallel to the shorter edge of the mat. So just staying with that breath here, just holding for a second. The next inhale that we find, just straightening through that right leg. We're going to reach the right arm forwards. Take a big breath in. And as we exhale, drop that right arm down to the inside of the right foot. Left arm comes up towards the sky, taking the gaze up towards the left hand. So Tita Trikonasana. Now it might be that you take this right hand onto a block at any height or level that works. It might also be that you take the hand simply onto the ankle or onto the calf. So we just want to find that opening for the chest. So rather than being like down here, I just want to find that length, that opening that side body up. Just taking one more breath here, inhaling, exhaling. One more inhale, just sweeping this left arm round. And we're going to allow it to sweep us through to Padottanasana. So just moving both feet, they're parallel to the short edges of the mat, and allowing ourselves to just come into this forward fold. Again, taking a nice bend through the knees if we need. And from here, just undulating. So as we inhale, just lifting up slightly, finding that length. As we exhale, folding down. Just taking one more inhale here. Exhale, release. One more inhale. Exhale. And then taking this right foot, pointing it back towards the front of the mat. Taking those hands round, taking a bend through that right leg, stepping right foot back. We're in our high lunge now, so either coming through our baby cobra or coming through a chaturanga, your choice. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhale, tucking the toes, rolling back to downward facing dog. From here, taking that same sequence on the left side, so we inhale, left leg sweeps up towards the sky. Exhale, draw it forwards in between the hands, grounding the back foot at an angle. We inhale, arms draw up, warrior one. Taking an extra breath here, so inhale, finding that length. Exhale, left arm forwards, right arm back. That back foot becomes a little bit more parallel to the shorter edge of the mat, warrior two. From here, inhaling, just straightening that leg. Taking a pause here. Inhale, we reach that left arm forwards. Exhale, taking left hand down to the inside of the left foot, right arm up towards the sky. Drishti your gaze up towards that right hand. Again, either finding a block or coming up onto the ankle, onto the shin. Finding that opening. Nice long line of energy down through the arm. Inhaling here. Exhaling. Next inhale that we find, sweeping that right arm round. So almost drawing a circle with the right arm, allowing it to just pivot forwards. So both feet become equidistant to the shorter edges of the mat, and we come into our forward fold. Again, being careful not to knock the knees. Just undulating here. Inhale, we lift up, coming onto the fingertips. We've got a nice straight back. Exhale, forward fold. Just two more of these. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale, find that release. And then starting to pivot those hands back round to the front of the mat. Left foot pivots forwards. We take a bend through that left knee. And then we step that left foot back. We come through a vinyasa. So either a baby cobra or coming through your chaturanga. And upward facing dog. Just Inhale here. Exhale, tucking under those toes, dropping the knees and just drawing back. So we're just coming back to kneeling, taking hands on the knees, taking a breath here, taking a moment of pause. You might close down through the eyes. And just noticing here for a second again how that back is feeling. So we're starting now to move from our flow into our yin practice. A few of those circles again, going in both directions. And then taking the arms around the knees and just finding a rock from side to side here. So just a little bit of a massage for the spine. From here, we're going to come into a restorative bridge. So taking the feet down, going to be around hip distance apart. And if you've got a block here, brilliant. If not, you might want to just grab hold of a pillow, meditation cushion, anything that you've got to give you a little bit of height. And we're just going to inhale, so we push down through the feet. Inhale, lift the hips. And we just take the block underneath the sacrum, so just releasing down. Now, we want to be as comfortable as possible here. We're going to be here for a slightly longer hold. So it might be that you've immediately gone for the block being on a little bit of a higher setting. Wherever that block is, just being as comfortable as possible. So if it feels a little uncomfortable, you might want to change the height. If it feels like it's not doing much on a lower level, you might want to take it higher. And also there's this opportunity through this pause to always change the height of the block. So always checking in with where it is. And when you get here, just closing down through the eyes, releasing the hands to either side of the body, palms facing up. And just coming back into that breath. So just taking that pause. We really want to allow the body to melt down here. So our yin practice is very different from our vinyasa practice. It's slower, steadier. And we're trying to release the body, the muscles, any tension that there might be. So we're letting go of that active effort. Nothing's working hard here. We're simply allowing the body to be in this asana. So just noticing the breath. Noticing sensations in the body. You might find that the mind gets busy with these longer holds. Just knowing that it's completely normal. As soon as we stop working the body, the mind can fill up with so many things. So just allowing yourself, if you feel any overwhelm by what the mind is doing, to just come back to the breath. Maybe scanning over the body, just noticing how the body feels. next inhale that we find, just taking a gentle wiggle through the fingertips, through the toes. And then as we inhale next, so taking an exhale, then inhaling, just pushing down through the feet, lifting the hips up, removing that block. Taking the hips back down towards the mat, and then just drawing the knees into the chest. This can feel really nice. After a bridge again, maybe taking those rocks side to side. So almost just taking a rebound here. Just pausing for a second, and your rebound in a yin practice is anywhere that you come to after a longer hold that just feels comfortable. It's really intuitive, so your rebound can be anywhere that works for you. It might be just taking the legs out long, wherever it is. And taking that awareness to the spine, to the lower back. How does it feel? We're slowly going to start to move in to a supine twist. So just taking knees back in towards the chest when you're ready. And we're going to cross the left knee over the right, left leg over the right leg. And just drop both of the legs over towards the right hand side. Taking the arms into a T or into a cactus shape. Making sure you've got enough space. And it might be that you choose to take the head over towards the left here. So just keeping the shoulders nice and grounded. Again, just really allowing the body to sink and to ease in. It's just letting go of any active effort. We're slowly going to start to move in to a supine twist. So just taking knees back in towards the chest when you're ready. And we're going to cross the left knee over the right, left leg over the right leg. And just drop both of the legs over towards the right hand side. Taking the arms into a T or into a cactus shape. Making sure you've got enough space. And it might be that you choose to take the head over towards the left here. So just keeping the shoulders nice and grounded. Again, just really allowing the body to sink and to ease in. It's just letting go of any active effort. When you're ready, inhaling, just drawing the head back to center first. Taking those knees back into the center line, uncrossing, untangling. This time as we move to the other side, right leg crosses over left. We drop both of the legs over towards the left hand side. This time, take the head over towards the right. And again, settle. Just seeing if we can ground both of those shoulders, easing in. And always asking yourself with yin as well, if I could be 10% more comfortable, what would I do? So maybe it's just popping a pillow underneath the knees or the legs. Maybe it's undoing the cross in the legs and simply just having both knees over towards the left. Whatever it may be. And as we land, as we arrive here again, just staying with the body. Noticing sensations when neutralizing out through the spine. Inhale, slowly peeling away, really taking your time. Uncrossing those legs, taking the head back through center. And option as we come into our Shavasana to take any position that feels comfortable for you. So it might be that you come back to restorative rest, feet wider than the hips, knees knocked together. It might be that you simply take the legs out long, so more traditional Shavasana with the hands, palms face up, open. Or it might be that you come into a child's pose. It might be that you lie on the belly. So wherever it is that you feel comfortable, just taking yourself there now. You might grab hold of a blanket. And just knowing that this is your space, this is your time. It's our most important part of the practice. This part where we allow the body to rest, reset, restore. So as you get comfortable here, it might be that you pick the shoulders up, place them back down, just taking any last wiggles that you may need. So as we lie here, just noticing the body. Maybe you take a quick scan through and noticing if there's tension anywhere. We can hold tension in so many places in the body. And maybe it is those usual places, so maybe it is the back, maybe it's the shoulders. But maybe that tension is a little sneakier today. Maybe it's within the face, the jaw, maybe the neck. So just being aware of where that tension might be held. And as we lie here, just allowing that breath to soften through the body. So we inhale, just noticing where that tension is. And as we exhale, we release. Really allowing the body to melt down towards the floor, to melt down towards the mat. Sending that breath, that energy to where it needs to go. Next breath that we find, just taking wiggles through fingertips, through toes, wherever we are. And whatever position we're in, wherever we may be, just allowing yourself to roll over onto your side. So almost in this kind of fetal position, just wrapping the body together and taking one breath here. So allowing yourself to feel cradled, to feel held in this position. And then slowly using hands to start to ease the body up, keeping eyes closed, coming to a seated position that might be cross-legged, and just resting the hands down on the knees, chin drop towards chest. And as we find our next inhale here, we're just going to lift that gaze forward. So keeping the eyes closed, we inhale. Lifting up through the body, lifting up through the crown of the head, taking that gaze or drishti forwards. Keeping eyes closed, taking another inhale, lifting up through the shoulders. Exhale, rolling shoulder blades down through the back, so we're finding that length. And last inhale that we take, just taking those arms up above the head. Exhale, drawing the hands down through heart center, Anjali Mudra, and starting to flutter open those eyes as the hands move down through heart center. And we release those hands down into the lap. So just taking a moment of gratitude here, saying thank you to yourselves for finding the time to come to the practice, and thank you to the amazing lineage of teachers that have come before us. Thank you. So I hope this was a class that was really helpful to anyone who's struggling with that back pain. I hope it was a really relaxing one, and one that you can even do when you're not suffering from that back pain, one that you can really chill out with and kind of take that flow into yin. There are going to be more classes this week, so please subscribe to the channel if the classes are something that you like. Please give them a like, and yeah, let me know if there are any suggestions, any videos that you would like filmed, and I hope you all have a lovely rest of the day.